guys for being here in the morning. I really appreciate that. When Douglas asked me for the first meeting, before the conference, he admitted he doesn't know anything about sustainability. Not only that he doesn't know anything about sustainability, but when he hears sustainability, the word, he feels like leaving the room. So the question for you is, who feels like that? When you hear sustainability, you feel like, oh my God, not again. I don't want to deal with it. Who feels like that? Be honest, I'm not going to bite. There is one person, proudly, yes. Anyone else who feels like sustainability, I really don't want to deal with that? No, okay. So who feels like sustainability? Hell yeah. Yeah, okay, good. The rest, I think, is still sleeping. Okay, so to go forward with the session and to have a clear expectations, I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of these. A lot of over-tourism all over the media, and discussions about tourist taxes being posed in different cities, and then environmentalists alarming about the negative impacts on tourism destinations. And obviously in Europe we have the new plastic strategy. So these are all very, very important parts of the sustainability agenda. But this is not what I want to talk about. Politics is not the topic for today. What I want to talk with you today is about how you can actually be prepared for the challenges so they don't happen again. I want to redefine or demystify the term sustainable tourism. So during the next few minutes and during the panel discussion afterwards, I want to talk with you about how you can use sustainability to wow your customers, how to make sustainability help to create great relationships with the local residents, how to keep your places clean and beautiful, and how to grow your business to be a profitable one. Because this is really important. Sustainable tourism is all about all these 4 elements. These are key ingredients to sustainability. According to the definition, sustainable tourism is tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of the visitors, the industry, the environment, and host communities. All these 4 groups are crucial to sustainable tourism. There is no way you can have and talk about sustainability when one of these groups is exploited. And what can happen if, for example, you exploit or do not take care of one of these groups? If you do not take care of your tourists, if you launch really shitty products or that they don't buy, they'll just screw you with the reviews and will never come back. If you keep doing things that annoy locals, what happens? They start being annoyed. They can be aggressive to your travelers, to your guides. They can pose ridiculously high entry fees or ban the access altogether. And I'm sure that this is not something you wish for. If you don't think about the nature, if you have a great local tour, but then you leave plastic behind, if you don't take the responsibility for the pollution, then you will not have people visiting these places. We already see that people don't want to see the dirty beaches and polluted cities. And last but not least, if you do not take care of all your stakeholders, if you do not pay fair wages, if you don't treat fairly your suppliers, and if you do not take care of your finances, you don't have business at all, right? And this is one of the misconceptions of sustainability. There is no sustainable tourism without financially sustainable business. So all these 4 elements have to come together. So how do you find your sweet spot? And I have great news for you. Now we are living in the best times ever to do that. So at the moment, we are in a very favorable environment to make impact and money in the same time. And I'm going to give you a few examples of how actual tourism trends overlap with the very core of sustainability. And if you leverage on these trends, you can make money and be good for the people and the planet in the same time. So the first one, I'm sure you've heard about authenticity. People are looking for local connections. And can you be more authentic than this guy? This is a picture I took when I was a tour leader in Russia. And I was taking my German tourists all along Trans-Siberian Railway. And this is the picture when they were getting fresh fish taken directly from the lake, cooked over a fire, and then this guy was singing us national songs. Sorry, that's my earring. He was singing national songs in his local language. And I can tell you, for my German group, this was a priceless experience, and they did pay a lot to do this. In this picture, this is a picture from our Berlin partner, Green Me Berlin. And they take tourists to vegan spots. They take tourists to no waste supermarkets. They take them to urban gardens. They talk about slow food, sustainable living, and circular economy. So in these both cases, they attract customers who want to reconnect with their roots. In the first group, it's reconnecting with the roots because of the feeling of nostalgia. In the second case, it's more of like feeling being a hipster and being trendy. But from the sustainability point of view, it means promoting local produce, promoting responsible procurement, and also engaging with the local communities rather than making them being observant of our financial profits. The second example, I'm sure that you've realized that the definition of luxury has changed a lot in the last years, and privacy is the new luxury. People are willing to pay more for exclusive private experiences. And this is good because then we can manage our peak hours, and the museums can benefit from having people after midnight. People are also looking for once-in-a-lifetime experiences. I'm sure you've seen a lot of pictures of the palm trees and beautiful beaches, but if you post this, that's me, again in Russia, this is something unique. So right now, travelers are looking for places that no one ever have been to, and doing things that no one else have done. So maybe if your current mainstream traveler is not interested in doing this, I'm sure there is a group willing to. So you can differentiate your product, you can be more creative, and instead of calling low season, call it a winter fairy tale. Call it I don't know, like a green beautiful place, or whatever else you can call it. Just be creative. If you want to differentiate your product, you can combine the mainstream product with something like off the beaten path. And last but not least, right now, we are looking for a purpose. Simon Sinek is telling us to look for the why, because people are not buying what we do, but they buy why we do it. Guy Kawasaki was saying that every entrepreneur should be looking for a meaning. And then if a business makes a meaning, it also makes money. And now we have the generations of millennials and Gen Z, and they are all willing to buy responsible brands. They are all willing to work for responsible companies. This is an example of Patagonia, among many, many other big brands that use sustainability and purpose in everything that they do and use it as a marketing strategy. We have also many examples of the tourism industry companies doing the same. Starting with Amadeus, which is one listed on the most sustainable companies in the world. We had Momondo a few years ago launching their DNA journey, which started a trend for DNA tours, actually, and finding your ancestors. Then we have Booking.com investing a lot of money in sustainable projects and startups. Airbnb a few years ago, Airbnb is doing a lot also in terms of using sustainability and purpose in their marketing to balance probably some other sides of their business. But they are doing great in terms of marketing on this side, and their commercial at Super Bowl was the most heated and discussed and loved commercial. And I cannot not mention the Intrepid Group. We are one of the only company in the world in the tourism industry, and one of the 2 companies in the world with chief purpose officer in the executive team. These companies, among others, use sustainability and purpose in their communication. I can tell you that we benefit a lot from this. So, are you ready? So the one thing I want you to challenge and do when you have your next brilliant product idea or new business development idea, ask yourself 4 questions. Will customers like it? I mean, this is an obvious question, but think, okay, if your current customers don't like it, maybe there's another audience who would really enjoy the product. So you don't have to all compete for the same mainstream traveler. Will it help your business grow? And don't think only short term, look long term. If you scale, if you, like Airbnb, in the beginning, all was good, but they didn't think it through when they are scaling, right? So think in long term when you're about your business growth. Will locals like it? So think, okay, I'm benefiting, I'm making money, but is there anyone in the community that actually can benefit as well together with me? So instead of having locals as observers, you have them cheer up for the business because they also make money from the same thing. And last but not least, will it let your grandchildren enjoy the place too? So think about the environment in a way that this is your home. So when you are at home, you think about it. When you go to your office, you stop thinking. So just think about these 4 things, nothing else, when you think about your next business idea. And I hope that next year we can meet here and then we can be all proud of ourselves about the impact that we create as our business and also the impact the whole industry is making for the world. Thank you.